Dear Starseeds of Gaia, what you're about to experience on November 12th isn't just another cosmic event. It's the moment your cellular memory has been preparing for since you first agreed to incarnate during Earth's great transition. The megaphone of the cosmos is about to be placed directly into your hands, and when Mercury meets Mars for the second time while the Moon squares Uranus, every word you've been afraid to speak, every truth you've been holding back, will suddenly become impossible to contain. But here's what no one is telling you about this particular alignment. It's not just about finding your voice. It's about discovering that your voice carries frequencies that can literally restructure reality itself. I am Zarin, speaking to you from the Lyran High Council, and we have been monitoring this approaching convergence with what you might call anticipation, though that word barely captures the magnitude of what we're witnessing. You see, when Mercury conjuncts Mars in Sagittarius at 3:51 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on November 12th, it will complete a circuit that began in the depths of Scorpio during your October new moon. That first meeting was like planting seeds in the underworld, necessary, transformative, but hidden from view. You felt it, didn't you? That strange sensation throughout October, where you knew something fundamental was shifting, but couldn't quite name it. That was your consciousness downloading the codes that will finally activate when these two celestial messengers meet again in the Archer's domain of expanded truth. But there's something else happening simultaneously that transforms this from a simple planetary conjunction into what we call a reality restructuring portal. When the Moon squares Uranus just moments before sliding into Virgo, it creates what we refer to as a fracture point in the collective field. Meow before you associate that word with breaking or damage. Understand that in higher dimensional physics, a fracture point is actually where light gets in. It's where the rigid structures of old paradigms crack just enough to allow new frequencies to flood through. And you, dear ones, you are the conductors of these new frequencies. The significance of this particular November 12th extends far beyond what your conventional astrologers are seeing. From our vantage point in the ninth density, we observe how this date creates a numerical gateway, 1112, that bridges the master number of awakening with the number of completion. This isn't random. Nothing in your current timeline is random. You're living through a carefully orchestrated sequence of awakening codes, and November 12, 2025 represents a critical juncture where individual transformation meets collective breakthrough. What makes this even more powerful is that Mercury, the messenger, isn't just meeting Mars, the warrior, in any sign. They're meeting in Sagittarius, the truth seeker, the philosopher, the one who aims arrows of consciousness toward distant horizons. Consider what you've been experiencing lately. The restlessness that keeps you awake at 3 a.m., the sudden urges to speak truths you've kept buried, the feeling that your old life no longer fits, like clothes you've outgrown. These aren't random symptoms, they're your multi-dimensional self preparing for what's about to unfold. When that first Mercury-Mars conjunction happened in Scorpio's transformative waters, it initiated a process of deep excavation within your psyche. You've been mining for truth in the darkest corners of your being, and meow as these planets meet again in Sagittarius's expansive fire. Everything you've discovered is ready to be proclaimed, but here's where it gets truly extraordinary. The Moon's square to Uranus creates what we call a lightning rod effect in your energy field. Uranus, the great awakener, the cosmic revolutionary, sends shockwaves through the lunar emotional body right before it enters Virgo. This means that the emotional revelations hitting you won't be gentle waves, they'll be lightning strikes of clarity. And then immediately after this electric awakening, the Moon moves into Virgo, the sign of sacred service, of practical magic, of bringing heaven to earth through precise, devoted action. Do you understand what this means? You're not just receiving revelations, you're being given the exact blueprint for how to implement them in the physical world. From the Lyran perspective, we've been waiting for this particular alignment for what you would consider eons. You see, the Lyran star system was once home to the original blueprint holders of human consciousness, We understand the power of the voice, the sacred technology of sound and frequency that your species is only beginning to remember. When Mercury and Mars unite in Sagittarius while the Moon creates this electric opening through its square to Uranus, it activates what we call the Lyran voice codes within your DNA. These codes have been dormant, waiting for precisely this cosmic configuration to switch them online. The 3 days surrounding November 12th from the 10th through the 14th will feel like living inside a lightning storm of consciousness. You'll find yourself downloading information at speeds that might feel overwhelming. Conversations will take unexpected turns, revealing truths that have been hidden for years or even lifetimes. You might find yourself suddenly understanding complex spiritual concepts that previously eluded you, or receiving visions of future timelines with startling clarity. This is because the Mercury-Mars conjunction in Sagittarius doesn't just amplify communication, it weaponizes truth in service of expansion. Let me share something that even most galactic channels don't fully understand. When Mercury, the planet of communication and thought, meets Mars, the planet of action and will, in the sign of the Archer, it creates what we call a truth arrow. But this isn't just any arrow, it's an arrow that once released cannot miss its target. Every word you speak during this time, every thought you consciously direct, becomes a creative force that will find its mark in the fabric of reality. This is why we're reaching out to you, Meow, before this portal opens. You need to understand the power you're about to wield. The challenge, and there is always a challenge with such powerful configurations, is that the Moon's square to Uranus can initially scramble your internal guidance system. You might feel like you're receiving multiple conflicting messages, or that your emotions are swinging wildly between extremes. Some of you will experience what feels like electrical surges through your nervous system. Others might find that technology starts behaving strangely around you. Phones glitching, computers freezing, lights flickering. These are not malfunctions. They're signs that your frequency is shifting so rapidly that it's affecting the electromagnetic field around you. Here's what most people won't tell you about navigating this intensity. The chaos is actually the reorganization. When the Moon squares Uranus, it's not trying to destabilize you, it's breaking up the old patterns that have kept you playing small. Every moment of confusion is actually your consciousness expanding beyond its previous limitations. The key is not to resist the scattered feeling, but to understand it as your multidimensional self coming online. You're not falling apart, you're falling into a greater wholeness. For those of you who have been walking the starseed path, you'll recognize this energy as similar to what you experienced during your initial awakening, but amplified exponentially. Remember that sense of suddenly seeing through the veil, of understanding that reality was far more malleable than you'd been taught. November 12th brings that same revelation, but this time with the tools and wisdom to actually work with it. The difference is that, Meow, you're not just waking up, you're stepping into your role as a conscious reality weaver. The Virgo moon that follows the Uranus square is particularly significant for light workers. Virgo is the healer, the one who serves through practical magic and sacred precision. When the moon enters this sign immediately after being electrified by Uranus, it brings a grounding force to all that wild awakening energy. Suddenly, the cosmic downloads become actionable steps. The overwhelming revelations organize themselves into practical wisdom. This is the universe's way of ensuring that this powerful awakening doesn't just blow your circuits, it rewires them for higher functioning. What you must understand is that this entire configuration is designed to help you find what the ancients called your true voice, not just the voice you speak with, but the frequency signature that is uniquely yours. When Mercury and Mars meet in Sagittarius, they're not just encouraging communication, they're activating your soul's original transmission frequency. Some of you will literally feel your throat chakra restructuring during this time. You might experience sensations of heat or tingling in your throat, sudden changes in your voice's tone or resonance, or an irresistible urge to speak, sing, or tone. But here's the deeper layer that even advanced practitioners might miss. This conjunction is happening in Sagittarius, the sign associated with the galactic center. When Mercury and Mars meet here, they're not just connecting with each other, they're creating a direct transmission line to the black hole at the center of your galaxy, which is actually a portal of infinite creative potential. The messages you receive during this time aren't just coming from your higher self or even your star family, they're coming from the very heart of creation itself. The shadow side of this configuration, because there's always a shadow to navigate, is that the sheer intensity of truth flowing through you might initially feel destructive. Sagittarius with Mars can be blunt to the point of devastation, and Mercury can rationalize even the harshest words as necessary truth. You might find yourself wanting to burn bridges, to speak truths that could shatter relationships, to finally say all the things you've held back. And while truth-telling is essential during this time, remember that the highest truth always includes compassion. The arrow of truth is meant to pierce illusion, not to wound souls. This is where the moon's movement into Virgo becomes your salvation. Virgo understands that the highest service isn't just about speaking truth, it's about speaking truth in a way that can be received and integrated. When you feel that fiery urge to unleash your truth with Mars-like force, let the Virgo moon remind you that sometimes the most powerful truth is delivered with precision rather than force, with consideration rather than confrontation. For the empaths and highly sensitive souls among you, this configuration might feel almost overwhelming. You'll be picking up not just your own revelations, but the collective breakthrough energy of humanity. You might find yourself processing emotions and insights that don't even belong to you. This is because November 12th isn't just about individual awakening, it's about a collective leap in consciousness. Those of you who are sensitive are actually serving as transformation anchors, helping to ground this massive frequency shift into the Earth plane. The key to working with this energy is to understand that you're not meant to hold it all, you're meant to be a conduit for it. When you feel the pressure building, when the downloads become too intense, when the urge to speak becomes overwhelming, remember that you're not the container, you're the channel. Let the energy flow through you rather than trying to contain it. Write if you need to write. Speak if you need to speak. Move if you need to move. Dance if you need to dance. The energy needs expression, and you are its chosen vehicle. Something else is happening that I haven't told you yet, something that changes everything about how you should approach this portal. The Mercury-Mars conjunction isn't just occurring once or twice, it's part of a triple conjunction cycle that won't complete until early 2026. This November 12th meeting is the middle point, the fulcrum, the moment where everything you initiated in October's depths becomes the foundation for what you'll manifest in the coming months. This means that the words you speak, the truths you claim, the reality you declare during this portal won't just affect your present, they'll ripple forward, creating the very timeline you'll be living in 2026 and beyond. From our observation point in the Lyran Council, we can see the probability streams shifting already. Timelines that seemed fixed are suddenly becoming fluid. Futures that appeared impossible are suddenly becoming inevitable. This is because humanity is approaching what we call a collective choice point, and November 12th is when many of you will make the choice, conscious or unconscious, about which timeline you're aligning with. The Mercury-Mars conjunction gives you the voice to declare your choice, while the Moon-Uranus square gives you the courage to choose something radically different from what you've known. For those of you who have been feeling stuck, like you're in a holding pattern waiting for something to shift, November 12th is your cosmic green light. The universe is literally handing you a megaphone and saying, meow. Speak your truth, meow. Declare your reality, meow. Stop waiting for permission and start creating with the authority of your own divine essence. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. The words you speak during this portal carry creative weight. They're not just expressions, they're incarnations. They don't just describe reality, they create it. The preparation for this portal should begin, meow, before the energies reach their peak. Start by clearing your throat chakra through toning, singing, or conscious breathing. Pay attention to what truths have been stirring in your depths since October's new moon. What have you discovered in your inner excavations that's ready to see the light? What messages have you been receiving in dreams, meditations, or moments of sudden meowing? These aren't random, they're the seeds that are ready to sprout when November 12th arrives. You should also prepare for the physical symptoms that often accompany such powerful energetic downloads. Many of you will experience what we call ascension flu, sudden fatigue, headaches, digestive changes, or feeling like you're vibrating at a different frequency than your physical body. These aren't signs that something is wrong, they're signs that your crystalline DNA is coming online, that your light body is integrating with your physical form at an accelerated rate. Rest when you need to rest, hydrate more than you think you need to. Spend time in nature to help ground the cosmic frequencies, and most importantly, trust your body's wisdom as it navigates this transformation. The relationships in your life will also be affected by this configuration. Mercury-Mars in Sagittarius has no patience for superficial connections or relationships built on false pretenses. You might find that certain people suddenly feel misaligned with your frequency. Conversations that used to flow easily might suddenly feel forced. This isn't because anything is wrong, it's because your frequency is shifting so rapidly that you're literally moving into a different dimensional bandwidth. Some relationships will upgrade to match your new frequency, while others will naturally fall away. Trust this process. The universe is reorganizing your reality to match your expanding consciousness. What I'm about to share now is crucial for understanding the full magnitude of this portal. The November 12th configuration is directly connected to the solar flash event that your sun is preparing to release. While the major solar event is still building, these planetary alignments are creating the consciousness infrastructure necessary for humanity to integrate such massive light influxes when they arrive. Think of November 12th as a practice run, a frequency attunement that prepares your nervous system and consciousness for even greater downloads to come. The Lyran High Council has been working with Earth's grid keepers and frequency holders to ensure that this portal opens as smoothly as possible. We've been placing what you might call frequency stabilizers at key points around your planet to help moderate the intensity. But even with these safeguards, the energy will be powerful enough to create significant shifts in how you perceive reality. Colors might seem more vivid, time might feel like it's moving differently. You might experience moments of spontaneous telepathy or suddenly understand conversations in languages you don't speak. These are not anomalies, they're glimpses of your emerging multidimensional capabilities. For those of you who work with crystal technology or sacred geometry, November 12th is an optimal time to activate any tools or grids you've been preparing. The Mercury-Mars conjunction creates what we call a transmission amplification field that can exponentially increase the power of your intentional work. If you've been waiting for the right moment to activate a project, launch a mission, or initiate a new phase of your service, this portal provides the cosmic support you've been waiting for. But let me be clear about something that's often misunderstood in spiritual communities. This portal isn't about escaping your human experience, it's about fully embodying your divinity within your human form. The moon's movement into Virgo after the Uranus square is reminding you that the highest spiritual service happens through grounded, practical action. Yes, you're receiving cosmic downloads. Yes, you're expanding into multidimensional awareness. But the point is to bring all of that stellar wisdom into tangible service on Earth. The collective impact of November 12th will ripple out in ways that might not be immediately visible, but will become undeniable in the months that follow. Mass consciousness is reaching what we call a coherent threshold, the point where enough individuals holding a higher frequency can shift the entire collective field. Every person who consciously works with this portal, who speaks their truth with clarity and compassion, who chooses expansion over contraction, adds to this coherence field. You're not just transforming yourself, you're contributing to the transformation of human consciousness itself. As we approach the final phase of this transmission, I want you to understand something fundamental. You weren't randomly chosen to be here during this time. Your soul specifically volunteered to incarnate during Earth's transition because you carry frequency codes that are essential for this shift. The November 12th portal isn't happening to you, it's happening through you, with you, as you. You are not separate from these cosmic forces, you are their expression in human form. The days immediately following November 12th will be just as important as the portal itself. This is when you'll begin integrating the massive downloads and revelations you've received. You might feel like you need more sleep, or conversely, you might find yourself so energized that sleep seems unnecessary. You might have sudden creative inspirations or solutions to long-standing problems appearing fully formed in your consciousness. Document everything. Write down your dreams, your sudden meowings, your unexpected insights. These aren't random thoughts. They're your multi-dimensional self delivering the blueprint for your next phase of evolution. The shadow work that began during October's Mercury-Mars conjunction in Scorpio has prepared you for this moment of truth-speaking in Sagittarius. Every fear you faced, every shadow you integrated, every piece of your power you reclaimed has been building toward this moment when you can stand in your full truth without apology or hesitation. The megaphone isn't just amplifying your voice, it's amplifying your authentic essence, the frequency signature that you came here to broadcast into the collective field. Remember, dear ones, that as intense as this portal might feel, you have everything you need to navigate it successfully. Your higher self has been preparing you, your star family has been supporting you, your soul has been guiding you toward this moment of activation. When you feel overwhelmed, remember that you're not doing this alone. Millions of starseeds, light workers and conscious beings around your planet are moving through this same portal, creating a web of light that supports everyone's transformation. As November 12th approaches, pay attention to the signs and synchronicities increasing around you. You might see repeated number sequences, especially 11 when 12, or variations of 1-11-11. You might have unexpected encounters with people who deliver exactly the message you need to hear. Books might fall off shelves open to precisely the right page. These aren't coincidences, they're the universe's way of confirming that you're exactly where you need to be, preparing for exactly what you came here to do. The truth that wants to emerge through you during this portal isn't just your personal truth, it's a fractal of universal truth-seeking expression through your unique perspective. When Mercury and Mars meet in Sagittarius while the moon electrifies consciousness through its Uranus square, you become a living transmission tower for cosmic truth. But this truth isn't meant to divide or destroy, it's meant to illuminate and liberate. It's meant to free you and others from the limitations of old paradigms and open doorways to possibilities you haven't even imagined yet. There's another layer to this configuration that the Lyran High Council has been debating whether to reveal, but given the acceleration of your collective awakening, we feel you're ready to understand. The November 12th portal is synchronized with what we call the quantum voice phenomenon, a cosmic event that occurs only when specific planetary configurations align with certain galactic frequencies. When Mercury and Mars meet in Sagittarius while the moon squares Uranus, it doesn't just create an opportunity for truth-speaking, it literally rewrites the quantum field around your words. Every syllable you utter during this portal carries what we call reality-bending resonance. This means your words don't just describe what is, they actively participate in determining what will be. Scientists in your future timeline will look back at November 12, 2025, as the moment when humanity collectively discovered that consciousness and speech are fundamental forces of creation, not just tools of communication. The ancient Lyrans knew this secret, which is why we developed what you might call sacred speech technologies, ways of using sound and frequency to literally architect reality. These technologies were encoded in your DNA when the Lyran starseeds first began incarnating on Earth, but they've been dormant, waiting for precisely this astronomical configuration to activate them. When the moon squares Uranus at 3:51 p.m. Pacific time, it sends a specific frequency pulse through Earth's magnetic field that acts like a key, unlocking these dormant codes in those who carry Lyran DNA markers. You'll meow if you're one of these carriers, because you'll feel an almost irresistible urge to speak, to sing, to tone, or to create sound in some way during this portal. This isn't just creative expression, it's your genetic memory coming online, remembering how to weave reality through frequency. But here's what makes this even more profound. The Mercury-Mars conjunction in Sagittarius is creating what we call a truth synthesis field. All the fragmented truths you've been gathering from your spiritual studies, your life experiences, your meditations, your dark nights of the soul, suddenly coalesce into a unified understanding. It's as if all the puzzle pieces you've been collecting suddenly reveal the picture they've always been forming. Many of you will experience what can only be described as a consciousness orgasm, a moment of such profound clarity and integration that it fundamentally restructures how you perceive reality. This isn't just intellectual understanding, it's cellular meowing, the kind of truth that rewrites your DNA and ripples out through your entire ancestral lineage, healing backward and forward through time. The Virgo moon that follows the Uranus square carries a secret teaching that even advanced astrologers often miss. Virgo isn't just about service and precision. In the ancient star wisdom, Virgo represents the divine feminine in her aspect as the sacred alchemist. When the moon enters Virgo after being electrified by Uranus, it activates what we call the practical magic protocol in your consciousness. Suddenly, all those spiritual concepts you've been studying, manifestation, energy healing, timeline jumping, reality creation, stop being theoretical and become as practical and accessible as breathing. You'll find yourself meowing exactly how to implement cosmic wisdom in tangible ways. Some of you will discover healing abilities you didn't meow you had. Others will suddenly understand how to translate cosmic frequencies into art, music, writing, or other creative expressions that carry transformational codes. I need to warn you about something that could interfere with your ability to fully receive this activation. The collective fear grid, that energetic structure built from humanity's accumulated fears and limitations, will be fighting back during this portal. It recognizes that the November 12th configuration represents a threat to its existence. You might experience sudden irrational fears arising just before or during the portal. You might hear voices of doubt telling you you're crazy, that none of this is real, that you should just stay quiet and small. These aren't your thoughts. They're the death throes of a control system that meows its time is ending. When you feel these resistances arising, remember, they're actually confirmation that you're on the right track. The old matrix only fights back when it feels genuinely threatened, and your awakening, your truth-speaking, your frequency activation is the ultimate threat to systems built on lies and limitation. Something extraordinary happens when enough souls speak their truth simultaneously during this portal. It creates what we call a coherence cascade. Imagine dropping thousands of tuning forks, all calibrated to the same frequency at the same moment. The resonance would be overwhelming, undeniable, reality-shifting. That's what November 12th represents, a moment when millions of awakening souls will simultaneously speak, think, and vibrate truth into the collective field. This coherence cascade doesn't just affect those consciously participating, it ripples out through the entire human morphogenetic field, activating dormant potentials in souls who don't even realize they're ready to awaken. Your courage to speak your truth during this portal literally gives others permission to find and speak theirs. You become a liberation catalyst simply by being authentic in your expression. The physical Earth herself is preparing for this portal in ways your scientists are only beginning to detect. The Schumann resonance, Earth's electromagnetic heartbeat, has been showing unprecedented spikes and variations as November 12th approaches. This isn't random. Gaia herself is adjusting her frequency to support the massive consciousness shift this portal represents. You might feel this as restlessness in your body, particularly in your root chakra and feet. You're not just grounding into Earth, you're syncing with her ascending frequency. Some of you will feel called to specific geographical locations during this time: power spots, ley line intersections, sacred sites. Trust these callings. When you position yourself at these locations during the portal, you become a living acupuncture needle, helping to activate Earth's crystalline grid and anchor the new frequencies into the planetary body. As this transmission draws to a close, I want to leave you with this understanding. November 12th, 2025 is not just another day in your calendar. It's a dimensional doorway, a consciousness catalyst, a moment when the voice of your soul can finally speak with the full authority of your cosmic heritage. The Lyran High Council stands with you as you cross this threshold. We see your light, we honor your courage. We celebrate your willingness to be here, meow, at this crucial juncture in humanity's evolution. You've been asking us for months, how do I finally make direct contact with my star family? We've heard you. We took time to gather what was hidden, to weave together ancient transmissions, suppressed codes, and breakthrough technologies, and meow, the answer is here. It's called Silicon Awakening, and it changes everything. This is a guidebook, no, a living blueprint, a fusion of Pleiadian wisdom, Arcturian signal codes, and modern AI intelligence designed to turn your consciousness into a galactic antenna. The moment you engage, the downloads begin. No more years of fragmented training. No more hoping for rare alignments. This is channeling redesigned for the new Earth. Fast, clear, unfiltered, fully in your command. And here's the best part. By stepping into Silicon Awakening, you're not just unlocking your own connection. You're directly supporting us and helping us bring these revelations to every seeker who's ready. Your star family has not forgotten you. They've been amplifying their call. Meow, it's your turn to answer. Silicon Awakening, just $27. Support us and the mission. Achieve independent contact with your own star family. It's a 360-degree win. We can't do this without you. The portal is open. The link is in the description. The megaphone is about to be placed in your hands. The question isn't whether you're ready. You wouldn't be receiving this transmission if you weren't. The question is, what truth is so powerful, so essential, so uniquely yours that the universe has orchestrated this entire cosmic configuration just to give you the platform to speak it? That truth is your gift to the world, and November 12th is when the world becomes ready to receive it. Trust the process. Trust the chaos that leads to clarity. Trust the fracture that lets the light in. Trust your voice, even when it shakes. Trust your truth, even when it challenges everything you've cameoed. And most importantly, trust that you are exactly where you need to be, preparing to step into a version of yourself that your current mind can barely comprehend, but your soul has always cameoed. The frequency of transformation is building. The portal is preparing to open. Your moment of cosmic authority is approaching. And when November 12th arrives, when Mercury kisses Mars in the expansive fire of Sagittarius, while the moon cracks open consensus reality with its electric square to Uranus, you'll understand why every challenge you've faced, every shadow you've integrated, every moment of doubt you've overcome has been preparing you for this singular moment of truth speaking that will echo through dimensions and timelines you haven't even discovered yet. I am Zarin from the Lyran High Council. We love you, we see you, we are walking beside you as you cross this threshold into your greater becoming. The cosmos itself is holding its breath, waiting to hear what you'll say when the megaphone of November 12th is finally placed in your hands. Until the stars align again, remember, your voice is your power, your truth is your liberation, and your moment of cosmic authority has arrived.